Hi, can I ask who you are and what your role and function is here at Oklahoma D-Day this year?
I am Monty Johnson. I am the Oklahoma D-Day chaplain. I am also a National Guard chaplain, and we do services here in the evenings, and then on Sunday morning we do a communion service before we send everybody out, and we run movies all week long, give people a nice safe place to get out of the sun, and just a safe place to come and talk and just whatever's needed. In addition to that, normally I'm just a referee on Omaha Beach on Saturday, but this year they've convinced me to be the purple shirt, and so I'm gonna actually be in charge of Omaha Beach and keeping the game going, making on the spot calls and primarily, yes, we make calls, but the primarily responsibility is for safety. We try to keep people as safe as possible, particularly if it's wet out there and it's slippery, and we try to prevent as many injuries as possible. I mean, they're going to happen, but we try to prevent
minimize the risk, right, as much as possible, given the rocky conditions and everything else. And could you tell just a little bit quickly about the beach and what that is like when you sit there and watch this happen?
The beach is unlike anything you'll ever see in anywhere else. In years past, maybe not this year because due to the low water in the pond, but normally there's a pontoon boat that looks like a landing craft that comes across and drops the ramp and actually drops men into fire, and they generally just get shot to ribbons, which is fairly realistic. And then from there they move to mock-ups and they're reinserted, and so they continue to
wave after wave of troops hit the beach. In other words, yeah.
And it is amazing. I've been on Omaha every year as a referee, and I have a blast. It's just human wave attacks going up the hill, and to get one guy to the next bunker, and then they run back down the hill, run through the landing craft again, and they charge right back up the hill. And so in the course of an hour, and that first hour is just unmatched carnage. Guys will be probably shot out 10, 15, 20 times. Is not uncommon at all. Yeah. They just run down the hill long enough to get wiped off, and then turn around and they run back.
There's a real short reinsertion turnaround time.
Yeah, most of the time it's after the first couple of waves, it's go to the back of the boat. Once you get 10 or 15 guys away up the hill,
launch
you go.
Launch another wave.
So it's just continuous waves, and it is amazing what you see. It's just
Captain, can you tell me, because I'm a little more familiar with some of it, I'm sure you are too. Could you reprise any of your knowledge about the 238th Combat Engineers, which is Dwayne's grandfather's old unit when he landed in Normandy? Or what their role is in conjunction with the 1st Infantry when they hit the beach?
Honestly, I don't know. Okay. I don't know much about that.
Okay.
Most of what I know is what I'm talking to Dwayne and watching the bridge at Remagen, and that's my knowledge about his unit. But I know they're out here. So.
Well, listen, thank you very much. I
Thank you,
appreciate
sir.
your time, sir, and have a safe day and have a great time at the event.
Thank you, sir.
A World War II Higgins boat, which is the kind of boat that the troops came ashore on. If you watched any of the movies like The Longest Day and so forth, this is what they would have actually used to land the troops in. And up in the front there is a drop ramp. You can see it drop down on the ground when the boat hit the beach, or when it ran into some of the obstacles short of the beach, they dropped the ramp, and guys sometimes stepped off in the water over their heads, and because of the equipment they ended up drowning. So, but there's an example of one here that's here at the park for people to take a look at and so forth.